Information security management at a company, case study. As one of the key risk management practices, the enhancement of information security management has several benefits to companies, such as ensuring that a company limits its vulnerabilities and threats to its assets. From the given case study, Random Widget Works, RWW, operation regarding its information security management has serious weaknesses that expose the company to serious security threats. The company should thus handle this issue differently, as explained herewith. One of the issues that should have been done differently is the management of information security issues. At RWW, the issue of information security management is hazardous because no policy in place governs the management of the information security systems. As such, the company's information security needs are not adequately addressed. The company needs to have an information security management policy as part of its strategic management planning, and as such the Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, needs to draft and present the information security management proposal for deliberation at the executive level. The CISO needs to ensure that the policy identifies the criteria for classifying the company's security needs as well as those needs that are urgent. To make the policy workable, it is the responsibility of the CISO to ensure that the policy is visible and understood. This will be attained by training the security planning team on the contents and meaning of every clause in the policy document. This will enable the company not only to identify its information security needs, but also to generate solutions promptly. Other than the lack of policy in information security management, RWW also needs to maintain the security, confidentiality, integrity, and accessibility of its data through a data classification program. Even though the CISO had identified a classification criterion, the company's data still lies in disarray. To protect its data, the company needs to develop a data classification policy that will help it to identify the types of data it has and thus make an inventory of all information assets. This will be followed by the identification of the level of protection for each of the information assets. This should be followed by a rigorous labeling exercise accompanied by training of all staff on the implications and penalties of violating the data classification policy. The company had an already established mechanism that sought to ensure that there was no unauthorized access through hacking of its database. However, the mechanism as already said exposed the company to major hacking risks, as the company's information security measures did not guarantee protection from outside intrusion through hacking. To secure its database from intrusion from unauthorized access, RWW ought to have installed a type of firewall architecture with multiple layers comprising different types of firewalls to help protect data from a host of external intrusions. This type of firewall architecture needs meticulous planning and implementation to be successful. Amongst the firewalls to be installed is a type that identifies and stops unauthorized access from the outside by mail from anonymous sources. This will prevent malware from accessing the company's data. From this case study, the company's weaknesses in information security management are manifesting in the weaknesses of its overall operational policy. This policy has major gaps and is not cognizant of the company's real security needs. For RWW to effectively deal with its information security management, it needs an overhaul of its general operation policy.